Man.
Blessed love, that's the fire.
Give thanks and praise.
Yeah, man, I know, I know. It's great to catch
So,
up with you
this,
again. So give thanks for the opportunity. I know you don't do too many of these. So I wanted to start by congratulating you on 25 years of Til Shiloh.
thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. I see that you have the voice in the background, means you're hailing me from the UK. The UK has been pivotal in the promulgation of that great body of work. Ever since I was a young man at 19 years old, I first made an appearance at the Hammersmith La Palais, and they've embraced me with open arms and they never let me go. This song, this record, Til Shiloh, when it came around, it was a turning point in my life, and they were the first to be on board with this transition musically and as a man. It's enough respect. In
No, I
those days, the
appreciate it.
Voice didn't have online. The Voice didn't have online stuff like this. The Voice was just
No,
a
no, no,
newspaper.
nobody did Buju. Nobody would. Just we have to give thanks for progress, same speed. It's interesting you get into the album and it being a transitional period in your life because I was 18 when that album dropped, and I can tell you in no uncertain terms that as a young man trotting his way through Babylon, it doesn't get easier as you get older. So that album served as a real tonic for me, literally from the beginning to the end of it. And I wondered how many times, just before I was doing this interview, I wondered how many times you'd been told that over the years. And I wanted to know how the album impacted on you then, over the years, throughout the years, and now.
How many times have I been told about the benefits that this album has brought and the joy it has presented in people's life is uncountable. Yeah. What is more important to me is the fact that I am able to deliver this work and see this body of work come to fruition even 25 years later, which is undeniably a great achievement for the music and reggae music on a whole. Yeah. We just want the masses to know that Til Shiloh was made with so much ingredient of love and positivity from the core of I and I's spirit, you know what I mean? So embrace.
You began to touch on it already. I know that there's a couple of tracks that have been remixed by yourself, and there's an additional track that didn't quite make it on the first Til Shiloh that was
Yeah.
recorded. So I'm looking forward to that. But for you, just kind of elaborate on some of the reasons why you think it still resonates. You know, the message from the album still resonates so strongly.
When you listen to a song like Till I'm Laid to Rest and you see what's going on in the global community right now, you know that there's no life in the West. I mean, you know straight up that something is afoot. Murderer is relevant as well. You know that something strange is going on, but strange is feeling I am feeling. But your love we will continue to believe in. So the relevancy in this dispensation cannot be discounted because it was never an easy road. And now it's even worse. So the music, we want music to live and transcend time. That we can, excuse me, resonate with it even when we're going through times like these. But not in a negative way. Just to remind us and help solidify our journey and the struggles to make sure that we stay a foot and one pace ahead. That was what this music originally was all about, you know, the voice of the voiceless. Yes. So we have to go back to the roots.
It's interesting you touch on Till I'm Laid to Rest. That and Untold Stories are two of my favorite tracks from the album, hence why I asked you the last question. I still don't see no life in the West, Buju. But while I'm living, thanks I'll be giving. So what I wanted to ask you is when you see so much of the world's iniquities at play, what keeps you motivated? What keeps the blood flowing through your veins?
That we are in the world, but not of them. That do we walk among them, we're not a part of them. Because we know our upbringing, and we know that evil in this time is plentiful, and men are selling them soul for nothing and selling them soul for things too. Yes, some selling them soul for nothing, while others are selling them soul for things. But we know that in this time is only Jah Rastafari going free the people over hills and valleys. And these basic tenets are our motivation, our guide. This is our rudder on our ship because we have got nothing from Rome but brutalization. discrimination. They have never taught us to unite, but here's the final name in the coffin. Go and social distance. Here's the final name in the coffin. Go and social distance.
We're talking about your classic album, right?
Absolutely.
But you, obviously Upside Down 2020 came this year. How was that received from your point of view? And what was the difference as a big man, big artist now, between your anticipation for this album as opposed to Til Shiloh? What was the difference?
Let me move that mindset from you first and foremost before I elaborate. Where's the big man? I'm not a big man. I'm a small man. You understand? I was been blessed by my father after I've been despised by man and thrown into prison for accusation of all manner being hurled at me. And my father redeemed me from the depths of the grave to show mankind and womankind and the heathens and the sheathen that this is my son. Yes, and put them to shame. So I'm not a big man. Yeah, I'm a servant of the people. Yes, and that is why when I make my music from the vantage point of that of a servant who's here to serve the masses. They're not there to serve me. You understand? So we have to move all those misnomers because that is what have the youth, their mind fucked. Yeah, where's the big man? There's no such thing. We're all in the music business now. It is written in the scriptures that singers and players of instruments went before. If I give you that, you should know your position.
I understand.
So the working on this record, Upside Down 2020, is a culmination of works upon my visual of what's going on out there in this wicked, wretched world that we are now abiding. I know the mindset of the people have now become somewhat, is either they're extremely passive or no one questioning anymore. And I see that the leaders and the gatekeepers are consistently manufacturing the consent and the people like sheeplessly go along. It's an upside down scenario. Should I not speak truth to power? Because that is my music, you know. Yeah, and I will never change. Remember, I am the man who they despise because of the truth. No, the truth does not wear clothes. So maybe we are liars because the truth walk naked. But we wear clothes.
You got clothes on now, but I don't think you're a liar. I hope not anyway.
So the truth live, you know? The truth doesn't have friends. So Upside Down 2020 is a reflection of that truth, in fact. Yeah. Big respect.
Something I want to ask you before I finish the interview. Would you feel loved in 2020, not for who we think you are, not who we want you to be, you know?
Because that's what the world has become. The Bible has been fulfilled, you know, and through many people have become haters of righteousness. They don't even know what time it is. Man have indeed become lovers of themselves, and narcissistic and hubris is now who they think they are. So you're not loved because you're a Rastaman with strong moral belief and construct that can motivate and lead your people to positivity. You're loved because of what you drive, who you're dating, the community that you live in, the kind of friends you rub shoulders with, what they think you possess. But what about me? Put all it aside. I'm right in front of you. Want to be loved, not for who you think I am, not what you want me to be. Try and love me for me, if you can.
Really love. So that yes, sir.
The strings attached, bro. Rastafari.
Buju, you espouse the causes of justice and freedom for all in your art, continuously. I
want to give a shout out to Bobby Wine and the Ugandans who are going through them struggle for liberation too. Because the struggle of one is the struggle of all. And if you desire to see freedom for your people in Africa, just like how we desire to see freedom for people all over the world, let us lift up our voice in one accord.
I agree, and I've seen your messaging online with that. So I wonder, innit, with all of the things that's going on, where do you see delivering that message in the music moving forward in a digital era?
That is also one of their game plan to stop us from communicating verbally, but they're not really damaging themselves, you know. Them trying to damage us because they weren't saying anything from morning. It was always been reggae music was saying things to consciously pick the minds of the people and start the conversation. But no, because everybody's politically correct, They are not affected because they are already isolated in their PC mindset. No, we the rebels with reggae music. We still going knock on the door and make sure that the people get positive music for run through them. There's nothing like when you hear a song and every bump on your body raises because you know, I felt this. That's what reggae music is.
Give thanks for your time, Buju. I really appreciate Til Shiloh,
Oh,
25
thank you
years
for
old.
taking the time. I want to
Anything
say
else
enough
before you go?
respect. Listen. I have some friends over there in Brixton and all over the place. I want to big them up because I haven't been there in many moons. I want to big up Chucky Star. I want to big up Chicken. We know say Castro bound in the flesh again. But all the brethren them from Colaba Lane. I used to Brixton a transform through gentrification.
Yeah,
But so, you know what I mean? I want to send enough love to my brethren and nothing ill. Enough love to my brethren on the alls then. Yeah? The brethren them up a Chester, and I call it G word. I don't know like the M word, but the man them up a Chester. The man them up a Birmingham and Sheffield and Nottingham. You don't know, say.
I know only them places can't wait to see you. Respect, King.
Sure.
Blessed
In
love.
the flesh. See me out. In the flesh. We soon call. Respect.